I've got a little bit of a background on why we're here. 16 years ago, in 2008, Dirk Siedlecki, along with Stan Lyon and Don Cady, formed a nonprofit corporation named Friends of Jacksonville Historic Cemetery. The primary purpose of the FOJHC was to create an inventory of grave sites, restore and preserve monuments, and to support an ongoing maintenance of the cemetery. With an initial grant of $1,000 and additional funds from the Jacksonville Boosters Club, Dirk, Stan, and Don took on the 28 acres with over 5,500 burials located in 7 sections of the cemetery. They quickly realized that the FOJHC needed a much larger base of support to achieve restoration, preservation, and overall maintenance goals. The Friends organization helped to open the door to new volunteer and funding opportunities by having the organization. Under Dirk's leadership, the FOJHC created a detailed inventory, which is still used to generate a list of burials by name and grid location. The city updates this annually with new burials and publishes the list on the internet. This list is invaluable to our many visitors looking for their ancestors or the resting place of somebody with a historic name. Imagine trying to find a specific resting place located somewhere in 28 acres amongst 5,500 grave sites without a grid list. The nature of a historic cemetery means that many grave sites no longer have family members nor a viable organization that would repair and replace cracked and broken headstones and curbing. Dirk and a cadre of specially trained volunteers, many of who are here today, undertook this much needed work, and over the years, countless restorations have been completed. Most recently, the Prim Pape fencing up there and the Toper block down around right over there. Both those restorations maintain their historic character, and they're visible from here. So you don't have to go far to see some of the work that they've been doing. Dirk also focused on the preservation of monuments through the monthly marker cleaning program, which trained volunteers on the proper methods to clean and preserve monuments, curbing, fences, and decorative urns. The monthly program is open to all and provides participants with the cleaning skills, tools, and hands-on experience, enabling them to continue this valuable work on their own. Dirk continuously promoted interest in the historic cemetery through various educational events and programs such as a monthly History Saturday talks, of which there will be one today, and I'll make another mention of that in a minute, guided tours, Meet the Pioneers, storyboards, brochures, flags for veterans, and creating a FOJHC website with loads of information and history. Lastly, we all know that Dirk encouraged the rewarding and enjoyable experience of volunteering. No matter what your level of experience, skills, interest, abilities, or time you're able to donate, there was something for you to do. And we all know that, don't we? During the COVID isolation days, Dirk expanded volunteerism through the Adopt a Block program, which has grown to over 200 volunteers donating their time to help maintain the overall appearance of the cemetery. Dirk felt that how well a cemetery is cared for can tell you a lot about the community. I agree with that. Today's dedication is the combined effort of the FOJHC board and the many volunteers who made generous donations individually and through their organizations such as the Boosters to provide a lasting memorial to Dirk Siedlecki and what his life meant to each of us. I'm going to unveil this plaque, and I'll read what it says. Dirk Siedlecki, the Jacksonville Historic Cemetery's best friend, a dedicated leader admired by all. His respect for Oregon's pioneers illuminated their stories and restored their resting place. There it is. My part is somewhat over, but if somebody would like to come up and just share a story or say anything, I don't know how far this microphone will reach, but you're welcome to come up and say something. I suppose I should have warned you beforehand. If not, thank you for coming and enjoy being with each other again. And just remember that kind of Dirk brought us all together in this nice community. It's been nice knowing him, and I'm glad he's. Oh, Dee, are you going to say something?
Yes, it's against my nature, but I'm going to.
Thank you. This is Dee Rayner.
Gail's coming with me though, because I'm not.
Come on, you should come
very
too. Yes, this is the lady responsible.
We You wanted to say something about the garden club.
Yes.
Do I need this?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm not sure how many people would know this, but we were invited to Dirk and Mary's house as a board to have some discussions and planning. And one of the many topics that was covered or I guess there were many topics that were covered, right? But one of them was about the gardens around the Sexton's Tool House and the circle. And Dirk had said to us, gosh, if there's any way, as you guys go forward, that you could, remake those, replant those, beautify that a bit, I would really love that. And, we've talked about it, and there was a lot to do in this last year. But some members of the garden club figured that out, and they have provided, if you've been up here, you know what this used to look like. They provided the most amazing tribute to this dedication. And it's very emotional to me because I saw it the other day by surprise, and I just teared up because I just knew how much he would appreciate what was done. So, Pam, do you want to talk about what y'all did? Because that's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we have, can you hear me? We have amazing members in our club, and so when we were asked to do this, honestly, it was an honor because I've worked with Dirk in the History Saturday, Meet the Pioneers, and some of the other projects. So I was eager to do this. But yeah, so we went out and chose plants that are mostly deer resistant. Now the geraniums are not. We've sprayed them, but they're and and of course the deer don't read the books. But no, it's absolutely our honor. Absolutely our honor to do this, and we have plans for the other side of the building, and we want to have plans for around the flagpole once they get the curbing up. We've been waiting on that, but it's I just feel like this is Dirk's space. I've named it. This is Dirk's space, and we gave it a proper tribute. So kudos to the club, and thank you. Yeah. I think Rob Dirk has something to say. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Something to say?
You do.
Really?
Yes, you do.
What am I going to say? Those that don't know me, I'm Rob Burke. Probably met Mary and Dirk in 2000. Might have been the first ones to meet them. We moved into Vineyard Circle next door to each other within a couple months of each other. I guess the first thing I'd say, you really put me on the spot. If you want to know how neat Dirk was, the first time I met him, I was going out for a jog at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and here was this guy, white hair and all, on his hands and knees in his front yard, pulling individual slices of crabgrass out of the lawn. And I said, well, now there's somebody I want to get to know. So I really had a great honor. Dirk and I worked on so many projects over almost a 20-year period, so it was fantastic. Any of you go by the back entry to the elementary school, the fencing there, Dirk and I built that fence in like 2001 or 2. When was it, Mary? Mary would bring us cookies, kept us going.
Sugar cookies.
You owe me a couple more cookies, by the way. So just just a great guy, a great gentleman. I just can't say enough about what he was and what he's meant for this community. So thank you. Now, I would have to say one more thing. I've never been to an event that Tony Hess had an opportunity to speak and didn't.
Amen.
Tony.
Yeah. Brief means you'll miss church tomorrow.
I still have half an hour, right? Sorry. Dirk was a leader, a friend of everybody here, a unique individual, one that in our lifetime we get to know. It's a blessing. And yes, been up here a few times. Dirk had that quiet attractiveness to him. He didn't say, "Would you please?" I need more than one. Dirk didn't demand that we'd come up and work. In his quiet way, he'd say, if you care to come up and do something, like be a volunteer or meet the pioneers or write a script or do a block, or the most fun of all, would you like to stuff dead leaves in a black plastic bag? And we all turned out because you couldn't resist Dirk. And I think we all feel we've lost him, but we haven't. Because he's still here. He's here with us, he always will be. And along with the Silent City on the Hill, whom he loved in his first task, I know. He said, we've got to straighten that monument. We've got to fix that broken plaque. And now we look around and everything is standing tall and beautiful. So he was our friend. And that's all I've got to say. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. I'd like to reiterate that same sentiment. I feel that Dirk's presence is up here when I'm up here too, and it's still warms my heart to put leaves in bags, knowing that he appreciates it and would welcome. The more bags, the merrier. So, would anybody else like to say anything at this time? Barbara.
Isn't it great that this community has been interested in our cemetery for very many years? And Dirk, if you read the history, there's always been someone to come along and take an interest in our cemetery to keep it alive and vital. And Dirk was the one that was for that time. And the rest of us need to keep it up.
I guess I should have also mentioned that Dirk was part of the Oregon State Cemetery Commission and did a lot of work for other cemeteries in and around the area, especially Southern Oregon. We have another guest speaker here. Come on, please. Katie. That's right, we did flags just recently.
I'm Katie Houtsey. I'm past president of the
Katie, hold it up. There you go. Yeah.
Rogue Valley Genealogical Society. I met Dirk at the beginning of Meet the Pioneers, maybe before, I can't remember. But I would just like to comment about the benefits that he and Chuck Eccleston, Ron Brown, and Roger Roberts all brought to the community and to the state. They have boosted cemetery lists and collections, not just here in Rogue Valley, but throughout the whole state. And how he's been admired by the state officials and whatnot. It is truly, incredible, the work that Dirk has done over the years. And we all miss him very much.
Okay, I guess that's it. I appreciate everybody, and I'm sure Dirk would have really appreciated the warm welcome, the receipt that you all are giving him, and thank you very much. I applaud you for that.